Happy Friday, everyone. I hope you were doing well. So, I guess I have to eat my words, don't I? We had winter weather over the weekend. I was convinced that we were not going to have anything much, but I still am dealing with ice right now. In order to get into my car, I have to hold on to the side of my house so that I don't slip down the driveway. Yeah, so there was a significant event. And so let's take this weekend's event seriously. I'm okay if we don't have any snow anymore, but it looks like we are going to have snow. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. If we wind up not having winter weather and everything kind of goes to plan, I am supposed to start teaching to be the music teacher at York Elementary starting next week. I'm so excited to have this position. Now I will have four jobs. So I am a singer and I sing at churches and I sing for opera and I am a music teacher at my music school. So I'm teaching voice lessons and I'm the director and so doing all the programming and all of the stuff for that. And then I also am a Pilates teacher and teaching Pilates at my school, but then also I start teaching Pilates at the YMCA this week, upcoming week as well. So, and it's at the Finley Y. So if you're interested, I teach a class on Mondays at 6:45. Now, I don't know if I'll be having the class this week, but we will see. Matter of fact, actually, I got to teach the class this week. They had a modified schedule because of the weather, and the teacher got mixed up on the time. And so I was coming to the class, and they said, "Do you want to teach?" And so I wound up teaching the class. And so it was so great to be able to teach on the fly. Uh, it's one thing to have lesson plans or like know what you're going to do, and then it's another thing to be thrown in and like, okay, here, let's go, let's do this. And so I felt like it went pretty well. So, teaching Pilates and hopefully at some point teaching yoga and then yoga therapy, but that takes a little bit longer. And then now I'm going to be teaching at York Elementary. And so it's a lot, but I'm really excited because with having a private school, not every student is exposed to music. That just by the nature, but yes, we have scholarships. We don't have a ton of scholarships, but we have some, but it's not going to be able to reach every student. And so now these students who don't get that experience are going to get to have the experience now. So I really appreciate North Carolina offering that K through 12. I know that a lot of programs are being cut in middle school and high school, like orchestral programs and band programs, but hopefully every school at least have some music. But these kids need to know, they just need to be exposed to it because how do you know if you want to do something if you ever had a chance to do it? And it's fulfilling to me to be able to do this for these kids because a huge value of mine and the schools is that anybody can be a musician that wants to be one. They just simply decide to be one. And we're told so much in this life that we can't do things, that we shouldn't do things, that we're not ready to do things, that we're not good enough. How many people are telling us, yes, you can. You can do anything you want to. Now, I don't want to say that you can just do everything exactly in the way it looks in your brain. Might have to be creative with it, but you can do anything you want to. And so these students are going to get that experience of getting the knowledge and getting exposed to singing and classical music and different instruments that we're going to be using in the classes and all these different things. And then they get to make the decision at some point. Do I want to do this or not? Do I want to continue on? A musician is not made by talent. A musician is made by commitment. So deciding that you want to be one and then committing to learning it, right? So if you don't have the resources, really take advantage of these classes they offer in public school. Really take advantage of it. So I'm very excited to uh, get a new generation of young kids interested in music. And we're going to be doing a lot of fun things. I'm going to be adding in, of course, lots of singing, and we have tons of instruments. I've seen the room and it's got a ton of instruments, but we're going to add in some meditation stuff, some listening, because it's so hard when our distraction is our technology is pulling us everywhere. We're going to do a lot of just like listening and being able to identify stuff. And it's actually a thing that my acting teacher did with us before we would start class. She would have us close our eyes and for 2 minutes would listen, just listen. And then after those 2 minutes, we would open our eyes and she would ask us what we heard. So I'm going to utilize that for the music classroom and do different instruments and see if they can figure it out what they heard. And so, very excited about this. Not to mention, the principal at York is amazing. I felt like we aligned so much immediately. I mean, she really creates a fostering, warm, open environment. And so if her team is anything like her, I'm so excited to meet them. Yes, it is a lot of work that I'm doing, but I want to be an example and I want to show that you can be a musician and make it work and do what you love. You might have to do a whole bunch of things. And, for our musician's brain, our artistic brain, we like doing a lot of different things. It gets into the creativity. We get to do like all these different things, but then it also adds instability. And whereas a private music school is not stable because it's a business, because anytime you're in business, there is going to be a level of instability. Anybody who tells you otherwise does not tell you the truth. There's always the saying, "Oh, if you can survive 5 years, then you are golden." No. I and my friends who own businesses, that is not ever the case. There is always going to be a level of instability, and that's just the reality. So, working in the public school system and really working with these kids in this environment, which I'm just so excited to meet the kids too. Like, so excited to meet the young ones. Like, I've worked a lot with older students, so typically with voice lessons. I am uh, working with high schoolers and then adults. I have a few younger, but now I get to work with the young ones, and it's just so rewarding. And so we're gonna have a chorus, and the music teacher that was there had been there for years, and is so she's so good. Like she's so and she there's just she's open and has done some great things with that program. So I'm excited. I'm excited to work with her because I hope to work with her, and I'm excited for her new opportunities in her life now. She's like moved on to a different part of her life, and so we'll see what that goes. But also working with her and then working with the team, I am excited. So I don't want to give the impression that when you do music that this is cushy, that this is just like all I have to do is open my music book and open my mouth, and there's my job. No, it's a lot of hustling. It's a lot of work. It's working at odd times. It's maybe in some ways it's more work. So I'm going to be working from daylight when it or dawn all the way up to till very late because my Pilates class is late at the Y. I mean, and I hope to be teaching more. So I will be working all day, Monday through Friday, and on Sundays because I teach Pilates at my school on Sundays. So it's a lot. It's a lot. And so I have to just like if you do this, if you decide you want to do this, which I think you should if you want to, that you have to take care of yourself. You have to have a day off, like preferably two. I feel like I have two, Saturday and Sunday. And Sunday, I just teach my Pilates class and that's it. But and that might change at some point. I might add that on a weekday instead of doing that also on a Sunday. Needing, I think, 2 days off as much as possible. It's not always feasible. As musicians, we have performances on the weekends sometimes, so it's not always the case. But overall, if you can make that happen, I just want to give a snapshot of what it actually looks like to have a successful music school to be a successful musician is you have to be creative with it. And don't ever once think that there is stability. It's it's an unstable job, and you have to be able to accept that and to be able to pivot and to be able to do different things, but those things hopefully will feed your soul. And if not, that's not great. We want to do things that we love. I mean, there's sometimes we have to do stuff we don't want to do, but for the most part, yeah, you got to do stuff that you love. And so I look forward to working with York. If anybody's from York watching this, hi, see you soon. And for those of you who have thinking about snow this weekend, to pivot this, I will be sending out an email over the weekend or on Monday, hopefully, about what we're going to do with school, with lessons, since we're going in now into the second week of this. And I'll also have a sign up for convocation because convocation starts next Friday. If you are interested, it doesn't matter if you haven't seen your teacher regularly for a little while because of the snow, come sign up. This is not about perfection. This is not about having a final product. Come do a section of the song. Come do a few measures. This is not about like a final product. This is getting that practice, right? Because why would you not want to come and utilize all of the opportunities available to you at the school? And a big part of it is we have a lot of opportunities to perform. And no, we don't view performances as performances. Oh, let's go get in front of other people. Let them give me compliments. No, or let them give me praise. No, it is process. It's that we're working towards something. And then when we get up there, all of the elements come together, including nerves. And how can we work through that? And then we get to see where we are at as a musician. We get to see, not based on what anybody else says. My acting teacher always said, do not rely on feedback. Feedback by an audience member is unreliable. No offense to the audience. We love our audience members, but it is a false sense of security. I think that's like the theme of this video today, that like nothing that we can do in music is something that we can always rely on, right? It's always, and this is not just in music, this is just in life, that we should always have to be on our feet and to not be completely derailed if something doesn't go as planned, but not focusing when we're performing in front of others, not focusing on the feedback. We are gracious for the feedback if it's positive, and we try not to let it affect us if it's negative, but the feedback is not why we're there. It's just not. It is a byproduct. It is energy that is needing to be out there. The audience member has that urge to give that feedback because it's energy, right? They've experienced art. They've experienced something that's either inspired them or it's been like, so-so, or they hated it, right? So they have energy that needs to get out. That is their stuff. That is not our stuff. And that's not why we perform. It's not. So come do the convocations. They're starting every other week this next week. Try it. You might be pleasantly surprised. You might be so proud of yourself that you cannot even believe it, that you never thought that you could get up in front of people and do that. I said on a TikTok post this week about public solitude. Public solitude is being alone in front of other people. So literally feeling that aloneness, that you are by yourself in front of others. That's what we want. Right? That's when we can create. And that's when we're sharing with others. We are able to be alone in our creativity, in our process in front of others. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty amazing. And not any of it is related to how they feel about what we did. So come try it. We find that students who do the convocations, even just one, they wind up becoming more successful in the recital, which is the growth marker for one semester than next, because they're ready for it. On that note, enjoy the snow. I will see you soon.